What's up, guys? Welcome back to True Sound Studios. I'm Weezna. Today, I'm going to unbox my brand new RME BabyFace Pro FS. All right, so let's do this. Let's break this thing open. All right, guys, so here we go. We're going to crack this open. Oh, also, don't forget, register your product. You get some free plugins as well as some individual drum samples that I've recorded for RME when you buy one of these RME products. Also, there is a manual in here. We'll get to that in a little bit. So we cracked this case open, and here it is. This is the RME BabyFace Pro FS, nicely in this like little cover here. What a nice piece of equipment with that beautiful aluminum on there. And another thing I have to mention is how durable and robust this thing feels. I mean, this thing's got some weight to it. It really feels like a really nice piece of equipment. So looking at the front of it, you can see we have 4 different buttons at the top that allows us to adjust our inputs and output volumes for the mic pre's or the line inputs or the headphone outs or the main outs. There's select and dim, and then a nice big knob on there that allows us to make some of those changes. On the side of the BabyFace is 2 inputs. Input 3 and 4 are instrument. They are TRS inputs. They are balanced and unbalanced. And then there's also 2 headphone outs. And then the other side is a USB, which is bus powered. So this unit is bus powered, but it also has a separate DC jack just in case your device isn't capable of powering it. Then we have a MIDI, which has a breakout cable, and then an ADAT in and out. Now, if we look at the very top of the BabyFace, we have 2 XLR ins and 2 XLR outs. The XLR ins are mic pre's, and the 2 XLR outs are typically used to hook up to your studio monitors. So looking at the front meters now, this is where we can adjust the channel line inputs, either channel 1 and 2, 3 or 4, or the optical inputs, as well as the outputs, channel 1 and 2, the headphones, and then also the optical outs. Now in the back here, there is a thread which allows us to use some sort of adapter to either adapt it to maybe some video gear, or in this case here, I'm putting on a mic stand adapter. So included is a bunch of cables, and you can see here, this is a nice USB right angle to USB-C, which is one of the connections. Here is the MIDI breakout cable. This allows us to connect the older style MIDI to the BabyFace. And then here we have another USB. This is more the standard like USB 2.0 connection, but still once again with the 90-degree connection. So here is the actual sleeve that slips over the plastic case for the BabyFace. And if you guys want to pause this, you can read about some of the additional features of the BabyFace Pro FS. But inside, which is pretty unusual these days, is actually a printed manual in 2 different languages. But it's just really nice to actually have a hard copy that you don't have to go find on the internet and pull up if you have questions of how to use this particular interface. Okay, so I know some of you guys are going to ask, well, why does RME still use USB 2.0 over, some of the other connections? And it mainly has to do with the fact that RME has created these incredibly reliable and stable drivers, and coupled with the USB 2.0 connection, they can actually do absolutely incredibly high channel counts at high sample rates and still only use USB 2.0. So you guys got to go check out this video that RME released, and it talks about the reason why they use the USB 2.0. They explain it much better than I could in this video. But anyways, it will absolutely answer any questions you guys have on why they don't have Thunderbolt on an interface like this. So now that you guys have seen the unboxing and what is included, now I want to show you guys some audio examples. So since me getting the BabyFace Pro FS and all my other RME gear, I have actually been working with them, and I recorded a whole bunch of drum samples. I actually left the studio and did like mobile recordings of my 1969 Ludwig drum kit and some of the other drums that I have. And I created 4 different drum kit sounds really based on the place that I recorded them. So of course I did some of them in my studio, but I actually did a lot of them out in my garage, my big untreated garage. I went to the waterfront and recorded right in front of the lake. I found this old grain silo, which has these like rounded concrete walls, recorded some stuff in there, as well as some other locations. And I only used the RME BabyFace Pro FS. I used the mic preamps that were built in, and I just brought my laptop with. This thing is totally bus powered, so I didn't have to bring anything else besides a few cables and some microphones that I was going to be recording with. So now this is just a little quick audio example. I'm going to do another video where I go through the entire, all 4 different locations and all the different things that I did to get these sounds, and we'll also look at the recordings, and I'll show you guys how really great and impressively responsive this thing is with recording, you know, super low frequencies and really nice, beautiful highs. So this first one is a kick drum that I recorded right in front of Lake Erie. So now this is the really cool one. This is the grain silo with these big concrete curved walls, and I recorded snare drum in there. So that's a little bit of the drum stuff that I recorded. Here is some guitar. So we plugged the guitar directly into the inputs, which are on the side of the BabyFace Pro. And these inputs are also instrument inputs. So we literally just ran a cable from the guitar right into this, recorded it totally dry. I didn't really sync this audio to the video. It was super windy out when I was doing this guitar recording, and it was tough to tell where the parts were. So you're gonna hear the totally raw guitar, and then there's a second part where it's the nice processed guitar. And once again, this is only recorded with the BabyFace Pro instrument inputs. So, I mean, you guys heard that. I mean, the drum sounds are amazing. Wait till I show you guys this next video of how low it recorded the kick drum, like in frequency wise. It is crazy impressive. And after talking with the guys at RME, apparently a lot of it has to do with the jitter-free, super stable clock that they have built inside of this. You also hear the incredibly great quality of not only the mic preamps that are built right into this, but also the really great sound of conversion. I mean, this sounds just as good, at least to my ears, as my big RME M32 DA that I have that runs my SSL X-Desk and all my gear. All right, guys, so if you have any questions about the BabyFace Pro FS, please let me know. Leave a comment down below. You can also go ahead and find me on my Instagram channel. It's True Sound Studios. And once again, another great place to ask me questions. All right, guys, so once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.